Welcome to the Chic Show. Today I have some faith-based Easter projects for you. Let's dive right in. For this first faith-based Easter project, I'm going to be using one of these crosses from Dollar Tree and some of these half beads that I ordered from Amazon. I'm going to kind of place these half beads all over the cross just so I can kind of see how many I'm going to need and how to space them out. Once I decide how I want them, I'm going to use some of this Titebond glue and I'm going to glue them in place. Notice that I am covering up the hole at the top because we will not be hanging this piece. Did discover it was a little easier just to put a line of glue and then place the little beads down onto the glue. Once I have them all placed down the cross, I'm going to start the cross piece. I'm going to set that aside to dry. Once the glue was dry, I decided to use some of the Waverly Antique Wax, and I'm just going to stain the entire cross. I then went in with a baby wipe to wipe it back. I wanted it to have a little more depth to it, so I went in with some Waverly chalk paint in white, and I'm just going to kind of give it a whitewash. Then once again, I'll go in with a baby wipe to wipe it back. Originally, I only wanted to whitewash around the beads, but that was just too much of a hassle and I could not make that work. So I ended up just using the wipe and wiping over the beads as well. I was still just not getting the look that I thought I was going for, so I'm going to go in with a chip brush and just dry brush along the edges of the cross with some chalk paint. I also went back again with another baby wipe and wiped across those beads. This gave me much closer to the look I was going for. For project number 2, I'm using one of these house shapes or house frames from Dollar Tree. I'm going to turn it over on the back. I'm also going to be using these words and this cross. I first decided to use Waverly Antique Wax on the back. I really didn't like the way this turned out, so I do end up changing that. I also used the antique wax on the roof. I didn't really like the way you could still see that it was kind of MDF board on the back, so I went back with Waverly chalk paint and truffle and painted the back, or what is now the front. Now I'm going to take some of these letters. I didn't have the right size letters to spell out "he is," so I'm using these words from Dollar Tree to get the letters I need. Now that I have all the letters that I need and the cross, I'm going to give them all a coat of white chalk paint. When I wake, I know you are with me in the dark. Now that these are all dry, we can glue them down to the surface. But once again, I'm not liking the color, so I'm going to paint this for the 3rd time in Waverly chalk paint in ink. I'm liking this much better, so now I can glue on the words. There is nothing I decided to go around with my finger sander and just sand the edges just a tad.
In my pain, I know you can feel it. There I find the comfort in your speech.
I also added just a couple of little white flowers to the cross.
You sing it over me like water, my love runs free. Oh, there is nothing.
He is not here, he has risen, just as he said.
There is nothing and no one above. Oh, come be with us, Holy One. Oh, come be with us.
For my last faith-based Easter project today, I'm making a cross, starting with a thrifted cross. I'm also using some garland that I got at Hobby Lobby, and I just cut it apart so that I could make it fit onto the cross. And you can see how I've got it kind of in there so that there are no stems hanging down at the bottom or sticking out at the sides. So I'm making the bottom of the stems go towards the center of the cross. And then I'm just using some wire to wire this garland onto the cross.
There is nothing like your love. There is nothing and no one above. Oh, come be with us, Holy One.
For this next part, I'm going to be using some resin, and I'm using some of these molds that I ordered from Amazon. They are pretty small, at least the rabbits are. I mixed up enough that I didn't want to waste any of it, so I have some other molds out here too that I'm going to be pouring. But I'm just going to be using this little rabbit. I'm going to be using some gold leaf paint, and I'm just going to paint my little rabbit completely gold. This is a ceramic ornament that I got at a thrift store, and I'm going to glue the rabbit onto the ornament using Tite Bond. Added this black and white bow to my cross. This was from ribbon I got at Walmart clearance. And I'm adding a silk ribbon to my little ornament, and I'm going to tie that to the middle of the bow. Now, using the rest of that ribbon, I'm going to tie the bow onto the cross.
In the dark, I can almost see you clearly.
Let me know what you think about this little resin rabbit that I added to this cross. Let me know in the comments below which one of these faith-based Easter projects was your favorite. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, and I invite you to subscribe to my channel and hit that little notification bell so YouTube will notify you whenever I upload a new video. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to share the chic. Bye now.